So today is more of a strength-based practice, but it's still all levels. We're going to focus on the core so that you can reduce back pain, shoulder pain, all of that good stuff. Take a deep breath in, maybe close your eyes. Exhale out your mouth. Let it go. Take another deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. And place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, just to bring a little bit more focus to your body before we start to move. Take a deep breath into your belly, pushing it out in front of you. Exhale out your mouth to release. One more of those. Inhale into your belly and hold. Exhale out your mouth, let it go. You can gently blink your eyes open. Inhale, float your arms up to the sky. Take a big stretch here. Exhale, fold over your legs out in front of you, keeping your ankles crossed if that feels okay in your body. This is just a gentle low back awakening, a little stretch here to start. Take a deep breath into your belly, lift your chest and heart. Exhale, melt over your ankles a little bit deeper. So depending on how open your body is this morning, or whenever you're practicing class or you're watching the replay, you can add a little bit more support by grounding your elbows here and shimmying your hands a little bit back closer towards your knees. So that'll give you more support. If you want more of a deeper stretch, you can reach your hands out in front of you and melt into your shoulders, into your chest, extending your upper back. And exhaling, maybe bowing your head or tucking your chin all the way into your chest. Take a deep breath into your belly. Walk your hands over towards the right side of your mat, placing one hand on top of the other, breathing into your left side body. See if you can ground your hip down. So the tendency to peel our seat up off the floor. So you can press back into your hips as you open up the side of your torso. Big breath in. Exhale, walk to the other side of your mat, stacking the opposite hand on top, again, breathing into the right side of your body. Exhale out your mouth. One more big breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Slowly walk your hands up to your seats. Take a moment here, shifting your feet out in front of you so your knees are bent. We're going to start to wake up the core. So take a big breath in, arms out in front of you. Exhale, lower down just as far as feels comfortable for you. So if you want more support, shift your weight forward so that you have your weight over your heels. If you want more engagement in your belly, lean back like you're leaning back in a nice recliner. Shrug your shoulder blades down your back, heart open no matter which variation you've chosen. You can stay here, or if you'd like, you can add on by maybe lifting one foot, maybe lift the other. If you want to go even deeper, you can open up a little bit more. So the further away your knees are from your hip creases, the harder it'll be. The closer they are, the more support you have. So take a deep breath here. Exhale, let it go. Tap your feet down. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lean back. Maybe inhale, float your knees and your feet off the floor. Big breath in. You can stay here if you want to add on a little bit more. Start to tap your heels down. Inhale, bring them back up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. So my torso is staying very still here. The only thing moving are the lower part of my legs. Last 3, 2, 1. Cross your ankles. Take a big breath in. Reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, clap your palms together. Bend at your elbows, stretching out your triceps. Take a big breath in through your heart space, looking up. Exhale, release your hands, chopping them forwards. Let's do one more of those boat pose variations. So release your feet, maybe hovering them again. Again, optional here. You can stay or you can add on, chopping right, left. Use your breath to support you here. So inhale to center, exhale right. Inhale center, exhale left. Inhale, exhale, left. Center, right, center. Last 2, left, center, right, center. Big breath in, lift your heart, Exhale, tap your feet down. Nice work. You can roll all the way onto your back. We'll just do a couple of rock and rolls here, just massaging the spine. Allow yourself to gain some momentum. And then maybe, if you're feeling bold, you can cross your ankles and roll over into tabletop. Or if that feels just not accessible today, that's okay. You can uncross your ankles and find tabletop. Take a deep breath in, dip your belly down, arching your spine, lift your heart towards the sky. Exhale, press into your hands, round your back, squeeze your belly tight. Round. Inhale, dip down, arching your spine, lifting your heart up to the sky. Exhale, squeeze your belly, knitting your ribcage together as you lift. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. A little more core work here for you. So inhale, extend your right arm out like you're gonna shake someone's hand. You can hold it here. Option to stay, or you can add on lifting your left leg behind you. Toes point towards the ground here, so you can keep your hips in line with each other. So the tendency to rotate our hip down, sagging into the right side of our body. So see if you can keep your left leg nice and strong and lifted if you're in this variation. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, option to stay here, or you can bring your elbow to your knee. Keep your back flat, so you notice I'm not rounding like this. My back is flat, using the core here to pull them together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Last one, inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Lower down. Nice work, other side. Left arm extends. Again, option to just stay here in this variation the whole time. Or you can extend your right leg behind you. Check in with your hips, maybe dip them down intentionally and then stack them so that they are in line with each other, equal weight. Imagining as if you have that support of that limb to support you in the ground. So take a deep breath in, exhale, let it go. Again, option to stay here working on your balance, or you can add in that crunch. So big breath in. If you're following along with a crunch, exhale, elbow to knee. Keep your back flat, inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, kick. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, extend one more time. Hold here, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, release, tabletop. And wag your tail side to side. Maybe looking over your shoulder. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Come back to center here. Option to stay on your knees for all of our plank poses today. So what that looks like is walking your hands forward, dipping your hips down. So you notice I'm not in tabletop where my hips are on top of my knees, rather my hips are in front of my knees here in the modified version. So you can choose to go here. You can also choose to do the exact same thing on your forearms if that feels more accessible to you, kind of depends. This is actually a little bit more intense than being up on your hands for your core anyway. So two options there for the modified version. If you want to go into full plank pose, step one foot back and then the other. So finding plank, again, you can be here, you can be down on your elbows, or you can have your knees down. So find your variation. I'm going to stay on my elbows for now. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Now taking one more deep breath in. If you're on your knees, you'll just tilt your pelvis side to side. If you have your knees lifted, you'll tilt in a slightly less aggressive tilt here because you don't want to strain your core too much. You want to get that activation. So dip your hip to the right. Exhale, left. Right. Left, one more. Right. Left, everybody knees down, find a child's pose. So arms out in front of you, chest resting on your thighs, or if you like to have your knees apart, you can create more space here. Release your head and neck down, chin to your chest. Breathe into your belly. Exhale out your mouth. Really nice work. We're gonna get up off of our hands, so take a big breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Press your weight into your hands, rising up to your hands and knees again. Tucking your toes, shift your hips up to the sky, but keep your knees slightly bent here. Variation of downward facing dog. So we're gonna keep our knees bent just to start, releasing any tension in the low back. Shake your head no, nod your head yes. Exhale, shift your weight to your feet. Slowly walk your hands to your feet, finding a forward fold. Take a deep breath in, hands to your shins, flat back here, squeeze your belly. Exhale, flop it out, let it go. Really allow a dead weight as you lower your arms down. So inhale, halfway lift. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, let it go. And flutter your lips. Releasing tension, shake your head right and left and up and down. Inhale, one more time, flat back, squeeze your belly. Exhale, let it go. Press your weight into your heels, bend your knees again, and slowly stack your spine. Taking your time here, squeeze your core to support you. Shrug your shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, float your hands. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forwards over your knees. Hands to your mat. Bend your knees deeply here. Walk out to your plank pose. So again, you know which version you want to go for. You can try a different one if you like. Find your plank pose. Holding here. Let's do those hip dips again. Right and left. So if you're up on your hands, you don't want to dip down all the way because that can stress out your joints. So you're just kind of doing a little bit of a shimmy back and forth. Last 3, 2, and 1, evening out. Exhale, sit your hips up and back. Option to keep your legs straight here if that feels good. The backs of your legs, maybe you can bend one knee, bend the other. Just releasing that tension. Let's repeat what we just did previously. So shift your weight into your toes, walk your hands back towards them, finding a forward fold. Exhale, let it go. Nod your head yes, shake it no. Releasing tension here. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, flat back, squeeze your belly. Exhale, out your mouth, let it go. One more of those. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, squeeze your belly. Exhale, flutter your lips. Now this time, inhale, shift your weight to your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, slowly stack your spine. Shrug your shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, arms lift as you rise. Exhale, hands to your heart. Nice, we're gonna start to change it up here. So standing at the back of your mat, hands to your heart, gaze towards the front of your mat, take a big step. So it doesn't really matter how far you go. This will be your lunge. If you want to inch it a little bit further up or closer back, you can do so. Just go ahead and bend your front knee. So I'm in kind of a narrow lunge here, and that's okay. So take a deep breath in. See if you can shimmy your hips so that they are square. Right hip is in line with your left hip. So instead of hiking your right hip up, see if you can tuck it down so that your hip creases are parallel. Take a deep breath in, float your arms to the sky. Exhale, lean out over your legs and taking a nice little karate chop here, but keep your knee bent. So we're not straightening the knee. Nice supportive bend here right on top of your ankle. Squeeze your belly. Exhale, rise back up to a crescent lunge. Inhale, chop forward. So just challenging our glutes here. Exhale, squeeze, rise up. And then our core as we lift. One more of these. Inhale, chop forward. Exhale, rise back up. Warrior 2. So opening out your arms to a T. Doesn't really matter today about alignment as much. You want to protect your knee. So make sure at least that your back heel is behind your back toes. So a nice strong line here for your knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let go of your arms. Inhale, float your arms back up. Exhale, reach back for your reverse warrior. Cartwheel your hands to your mats. Sit back for plank pose. We got those hip dips again. So dip right, left, right, left. Again, you can be modified here. Left, last 3, 2, even out, 1. Find your downward facing dog, or if you need a little rest, find a child's pose. Same thing, one more time. You got to even out on the left side. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, walk your hands back to your feet. 2 halfway lifts. Inhale, halfway lift, squeeze your belly. Exhale, flop it out, let it go. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, press your way into your heels. Exhale to rise, taking your time. Short your shoulder blades down. Inhale, float up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Big step with your left foot this time. Finding your high lunge. Again, you can make it wider for more of a stretch in your back leg if you want. You can stay in a slightly narrower stance. Whichever position, see if you can bring your right hip in line with your left one. So actually place your hands on your hip creases. See if you can even them out. Take a deep breath in, arms up to the sky. Exhale, press into your left heel as you squeeze your glutes leaning forward. So this is much more of a glute activation here. Exhale, squeeze your core as you lift back up. Inhale to top. Exhale, squeeze as you lower down. Inhale here. Exhale, squeeze as you rise back up. One more of these chops. Exhale, lean out. Inhale, pause. Exhale, rise back up. Inhale, open up for your warrior 2. Arms out of T. Again, main alignment thing here today. Shove your right heel back towards the back of your mat. And you'll notice maybe some tension releases in your knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let them go. Inhale, float your hands. Flipping your palm, reach all the way back, reverse. Exhale, release your hands to your mat. Find your plank pose variation. Again, you can be knees or toes, hands or elbows. Rock your hips side to side. Squeeze your core here. You can slightly round your upper back, but keep your shoulder blades down. Last 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Ooh, take a deep breath in if you need to, or if you want to. Lower your knees to your mat, finding child's pose. We only have 10 more minutes left of class. You're doing great. Not all of it will be strength. We're going to stretch out. So take a deep breath in wherever you are. And this time, find your plank pose again. Take a big breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Exhale, press back downward facing dog. Inhale, rise forward, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're doing these little pikes here. He's working the core, the legs, the shoulders. Exhale, downward dog. All right, pausing here. Bring your feet together. Inhale, kick your right leg up. Exhale, step it 2/3 the way forward. So this time it's a very narrow stance, even more narrow than what we had done previously. Lower your back heel down, straighten your front knee. Don't lock at your joints here, so keep a gentle bend in your knee. But you'll find that maybe your hamstring starts to light up here. If this is way too intense for you, just inch your foot back further so your stance is even more narrow. That will help just release some of the tension. Take a deep breath in. Peel your right hip back in the space as you bring your left hip forward. So what that does is, again, even out our hips so you can feel the stretch in our hamstring, not in your joints. Big breath into your belly. Exhale out your mouth. Now inhale, step your left foot to cross behind your right foot. So now you have cross legs here. Big breath into your belly. Exhale, squeeze your core, slight bend in your knees, ragdoll your spine all the way up, floating your hands. Little balance challenge here. Exhale, fold over your legs again. Big breath in, exhale out. Now, slowly kick your left leg up behind you, finding a standing split. Big breath in, exhale, step it back behind you into the pose we were just in previously, pyramid pose. One more big breath here. Exhale, plant your hands. You can bend your knees here if you want. Step your both feet back, finding your downward facing dog. Other side, bring both feet together. Inhale, kick your left leg up. Exhale, step it 2/3 down your mat, or 1/3, depending on how tight you're feeling today. Shift your weight back to your right foot. Straighten your left knee here. So we're getting into our hamstrings, a little bit of a stretch. And shift your left hip back in the space, right hip slightly forwards. Again, don't lock out your joints. Take a deep breath in, maybe lifting your heart. Exhale out your mouth. Slight bend in your left foot or your left knee as you reach your right foot to cross behind your left. So a cross-legged pose here really gets into your IT band, if you feel that today. Exhale, slight bend in your knees, rise on up. Challenging your balance, fold your hands. Exhale, fold over your legs. Place your hands back into your mat. Take your right foot back behind you, standing split, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, gently step it back down, hands into your mat. Find your downward facing dog, feet together at the back of your mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower your knees down to the ground, finding your hands and knees here. You can shift your weight, kicking your legs to the side. Finding a seat. So we're going to take our time rolling onto our backs. Last little bit of core for today's class. So arms out in front of you, heart is lifted, squeeze your belly, slowly lower down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Exhale, open out your arms to a T or a cactus shape. Flop your knees towards your right. My back always cracks under this one. So if you like it and you feel it, enjoy it. If you're not feeling it today, just bring your knees further up towards your chest, and that will release some of the tension in your back. One more big inhale here. Exhale, switch sides, flopping your knees over towards your left. Gaze in the opposite direction if that feels good. Big breath into your belly. Exhale out your mouth. Take another big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. Hug them into your chest, big squeeze. Maybe bring your head up to meet your knees, making yourself into a tiny ball. Exhale, melt back down. Option to go for a happy baby pose here, so picking your feet up to the sky. Couple options depending on how open the backs of your legs are today. So you can place your hands first behind your thighs, just see how that feels. If you want more of a stretch in your inner thighs and hamstrings, you can walk your hands up to your ankles. Now see if you can squeeze your core and press it down into your mat. A little core activation here. It also helps lengthen your spine, get the benefits of this pose. If you want more in your legs, you can catch the outsides of your feet, tucking your elbows inside your thighs and pressing your feet up to the sky as you pull them down. Now, if your pelvis lifts up and curls in this pose, just walk your hands back down and catch your ankles, because the whole point is really to flatten your back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, release your feet. You can zip up your inner thighs here. Last little bit of core, I know I already said that, but we're gonna do one more. Bring your palms together, chop up towards the right. You can also skip this if you want. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, chop up towards your left. Inhale, lower down. Let's do one more each side. Right. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze left. Inhale, lower. Hug your knees to your chest. Gently roll over onto one side. We're going to end back in a seat the way that we started. So crossing your ankles here, let's get into the side body. We did a lot of obliques, side of your core work today. So inhale, float your arms to the sky. Exhale, right hand down, reach up and over towards your right. Maybe gaze underneath your elbow. Exhale, squeeze your arms out in front of you to switch sides. Whew. I always pause like right here because I can feel it in my back body. Inhale, lift up, maybe gaze underneath your elbow. Exhale out your mouth. One more time, switch sides, sweeping forward on your inhale. Exhale, rising up. Inhale, sweep forwards. Exhale, lift. Inhale, rise back into your seat. We'll just take a couple of deep breaths the last couple of minutes of class. So option to place your hands on top of your thighs for a little bit of grounding, or you can place them over your heart to connect to yourself. Close your eyes here. Take a deep breath into your belly and hold. Exhale out your mouth to let it go. Take a deep breath into your belly and hold. Exhale out at your mouth to let it go. And then slowly return to a natural breath here. Just taking the last minute of class to connect to your body, to thank yourself for showing up today, for moving, strengthening your core, stretching your legs. Maybe you want to set an intention for the rest of the day or your week. Maybe it's one word or a goal. So we can take a moment to visualize that now. Another deep breath into your belly, solidifying that intention. Exhale out your mouth. When you're ready and in your own time, you can open your eyes, welcoming yourself back into the moment, into the space. Maybe a little stretch. And exhale, let it go. Namaste.